Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another tutorial on the series of tutorials on design and analysis of algorithms. In this tutorial, we will discuss the methods to solve recursive equation. Basically, given a recursive equation, how can you find the time complexity of the algorithm? In the last video, we saw, given an algorithm, how to write its recursive equation. So, to solve that particular recursive equation, we have three methods. The first one being the substitution method. Substitution method. The second one being the tree method. And the final one being the master's method. Master's method. In the substitution method, we have two kinds of substitution. The first one being the back substitution. This is the method we generally use to find the recursive equation's solution, but there is also a method called forward substitution, where given a solution, we try to verify whether the known solution is correct or not. This forward substitution we will see at the end of the video. For the master's method also, we have two theorems. One is for divide and conquer. The second one is for subtract and conquer. So this master's method basically gives you a beautiful formula using which you can solve recursive equations very easily. So let's now look at the back substitution method. Okay, so to understand the back substitution method, let us look at these two particular examples. So in the first example, we have a recursive equation t of n equals to t of n minus 1 plus big O of 1. So let us write it as t of n minus 1 plus 1, right? So t of n minus 1, using the above equation, we can write as t of n minus 2 plus 1, right? So let us substitute it there. So we will get t of n equals to t of n minus 2 plus 1 plus 1. And if you keep on substituting like this, you will basically get t of n minus k plus k. Let's say the stopping condition for this is at n equals to 1, where t of 1 is equals to 1, right? So if we analyze this, to make this one as 1, we have to put n minus k equals to 1, or k equals to n minus 1, right? So this makes this equation as t of 1 plus n minus 1, right? The value of t minus 1 is 1, so we basically get n, that is t of n is equals to n, or we can write time complexity is big O of n, right? Similarly, on the similar lines, let us try to solve the second question. Here t of n is t of n minus 1 plus big O of n, right? So implies that we can write t of n as t of n minus 1 plus n, right? Let's say the stopping condition is again t of 1 equals to 1, right, at n equals to 1. So t of n minus 1 can be written as t of n minus 2 plus n minus 1, right? I have replaced in place of n minus 1. So let us substitute it. We will get t of n equals to t of n minus 2 plus n minus 1. So can you see the pattern? If not, try to substitute t of n minus 2 as t of n minus 3 plus n minus 2 plus n minus 1 plus n, right? So in general, the pattern is quite clear. That is t of n minus k plus n till n minus k plus k minus 1, right? Because when it was 3, the last term we had was 2, 1 less, right? So this will break when n minus k will become equals to 1, or k will become equals to n minus 1, right? So this will become t of 1 and this will become n till n minus k plus 1, and in place of k put n minus 1. So this will be n minus n plus 1 plus 1, right? This I have substituted like this. So this will become t of 1 plus n, right? So t of 1 is 1. So this is basically becoming n plus n minus 1 all the way till 1, which is equals to n plus 1 by 2, or time complexity is equals to big O of n square, right? So this is how the substitution or the back substitution method works. All you have to do is to use the same equation and place of this, keep on substituting its values until you get the pattern, and once you get the pattern, all you have to do is to find what is the order in which your time complexity is coming, right? Quite simple. So now let us look at the second method, which is basically the tree method. So in the tree method, what we try to do is to analyze a problem while drawing the tree kind of structure of this recursive equation. As an example, let us try to solve this problem, right? So initially we have t of n, and this problem is dividing into two parts, t of n by 2 and t of n by 2, right? Which is further dividing into two parts, which will be t of n by 4 and t of n by 4, and this will also divide into t of n by 4 and t of n by 4, right? And so on, isn't it? Right? And at each level we are doing 1 unit of work. So here it is 1, here it is 2, here it is 4, somewhere it will be 8, and so on, right? And if you see, this is basically 1 plus 2 plus 2 square and so on, right? And how many terms? That is what will be the value of k. This k will be equal to the depth of the tree, right? Here the depth is 0, here the depth is 1, so we have 0, 1, then we have 2, so here we have 2, right? So what will be the depth of this tree? Well, the depth will be when n upon 2 power k becomes equals to 1, right? Or 2 power k becomes equals to n, or k becomes log n, right? So if you see, 1 plus 2 square is a GP, and the sum of n terms of GP is a, what is your difference? It is 2, right? So 2 power log of n minus 1 upon 2 minus 1, which is 1. So basically you are getting 2 power log n, and this is base 2, right? So you know 2 power log n is equals to n, so the time complexity is big O of n, right? Similarly, let us try to analyze this problem. So again, let's try to draw the tree structure. Basically the tree structure is same, right? And so on. At each level, how much work you are doing? Here you are doing n, here you are doing n by 2, here you are doing n by 2, so overall you are doing n. Similarly, here you are doing n by 4, here you will do n by 4, here you will do n by 4, here you will do n by 4, right? So overall it will be n again. So at each level you are doing n amount of work, and as earlier the depth will be log n, right? So the total time complexity becomes, at each level you are doing n works, total levels are log n, so this becomes big O of n log n. So this is your t of n. Well, this tree method is quite good to analyze this kind of problem where basically there is a division and you are doing some work, right? So if the last two methods were a bit difficult for you to follow, what we have in the third method is the Master's theorem. And the Master's theorem is basically a formula that you can apply given a problem. The only problem with Master's theorem is that your question must be in the form of T of n equals to a times T of n by b plus n power k log raised to the power p of n. Following these constraints, please see these constraints carefully. These are very important. A should be greater than equals to 0. B should be strictly greater than 1. That is, the problem size must decrease. K should be greater than equals to 0 and P must be any real number. The case 1 is when your A is greater than b power k, your T of n becomes theta of n raised to the power log a base b. Case 2, if your A is equals to b power k and your P is greater than minus 1, your T of n becomes theta of n power log a base b into log raised to the power p plus 1 of n. Case 2 of b part of the case 2 is if p equals to minus 1, then T of n becomes theta of n log a base b into log n. Similarly, when p is less than minus 1, T of n becomes theta of n raised to the power log a base b. If a is less than b power k and your p is greater than equals to 0, T of n becomes theta of n power k log p of n, and if it is less than 0, it simply becomes n power k. So let's see some examples of Master's theorem. The first problem is T of n equals to 2 times T of n by 2 plus n. This problem we saw in the tree method as well, right? So let us try to see. A is 2, b is 2, k is 1 and p is 0, right? Now you see a is greater than equals to 1, right? B is strictly greater than 1, right? K is greater than equals to 0 and p is real. So all the constraints are satisfied. So let us try to see what is a is 2 and what is b power k. B power k, that is 2 power 1, which is equals to 2, right? So a is equals to b power k and p is greater than minus 1, right? Because p is 0. So which case is this one? This is case 2 b part, right? Oh, a part, p greater than minus 1. So this is the answer. So let us try to substitute the values. So we will get T of n equals to theta of n raised to the power log 2 base 2 into log your p is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1 of n, which is equals to theta of n log n. This is what the answer that we got with the tree method, right? So if Master's theorem is applicable, questions become very simple, right? All you need to know is a formula. So now let us look at the second problem. Here T of n is equals to 3t n by 4 plus n, right? So a is 3, which is greater than 1, greater than equals to 1. B is 4, which is greater than 1. K is 1, which is greater than equals to 0. And p is 0, which is real, right? So here a is less than b power k, right? Because 3 is less than 4 power 1, right? So and p is greater than equals to 0. So this is case, your third case, a part, right? So your T of n becomes theta of n power k, which is n power 1, and log p of n is 0, that is 1. So this is becomes theta of n, right? So now let us look at the third question. T of n equals to 0.2 times T of n by 2 plus n square. So a is 0.2, which is less than 1, right? Implies that your Master's theorem is not applicable. So again I will repeat, please see that the constraints that we wrote are satisfied before applying the Master's theorem. For the next question, I will leave this one as homework, as this is just a simple application of the formula. Now again, if you look, t of n equals to 2t of n by 2 minus n square. Again, if you see your comparison, it is at n by b plus n power k log pn, right? So we have not talked anything about minus sign. That means again your master's theorem is not applicable. Not in this one, not in this one. Similarly, if you see the last question, here b is less than 1. So again your master's theorem is not applicable. So please see to it that you apply master's theorem only at places where it is applicable. So now let us look at master's theorem for subtract and conquer. So previous was divide and conquer, right? Here in the last one we were dividing the problem into subparts. Similarly in this one we are subtracting the problem. That is, if our problem size is 100, maybe we'll make it 90 and then 80 and so on. Last time we were making it like 50 and 50 and like this, right? So the formula for subtract and conquer is applicable if the form is at n minus b plus n power k. So if your a is less than 1, t of n becomes theta of n power k. If your a is equals to 1, your t of n becomes theta of n power k plus 1. And if your a is greater than 1, your t of n becomes theta of n power k into a power n by b. So let's see some examples on this one. So let us see at the first question where t of n is equals to t of n minus 1 plus 1. So here a is equals to 1, b is equals to 1, k is equals to 0, right? So if you see a is equals to 1 implies that b part is true, so theta of n power k plus 1, which is 0 plus 1, which is equal to theta of n. This is what we got in the substitution method, right? Let us see at the second question. Here t of n is equals to t of n minus 1 plus n. So here again a is 1, b is 1, k is 1, right? And again b part applies and t of n becomes theta of n power k plus 1, which is 1 plus 1, 2. And this is what we got in the substitution method, right? Third part I will leave you as a homework and you can try it on your own, right? So this is how master's theorem makes very easy to solve particular problems. We will look at forward substitution method. Well, this method is quite a comprehensive one and it takes a lot of time to get you the result, plus the results that you get are 100% correct and are mathematically proven also. So this basically is a method that is used in lots of research paper, and if you are basically going for a competitive exam, I will not suggest you solving problems using this method. Instead, you can go for value putting options and other methods that we have discussed before. But then for completion, I will just tell you what is forward substitution, right? So let us take a simple example where you have this recursive equation, and we already saw the time complexity of this algorithm was big O of n log n, right? So in forward substitution, step 1 is to guess the solution. Guess solution. So let's say we guess the solution as n log n, big O of n log n. Second step is to verify whether what you have guessed is correct or not, and for that we use mathematical induction. Mathematical induction. So if you don't know what PMI or mathematical induction is, so basically we prove that the statement is true for some base case, let's say p of 1, and in step 2 we assume that this is true for some value k, and then we try to prove that it is true for k plus 1, and if we do so, mathematically we prove that a particular statement is true. As a simple example, let us say you prove that sum of n natural numbers s of n is n into n plus 1 by 2, right? So if you take n equals to 1, the formula will give 1, right? So you proved S of 1 is true, right? Now if you can prove that if Sk is true, then this will imply Sk plus 1 is true, then you are done, because you have already proved S1 is true. So this statement implies S2 is true, right? Now if S2 is true, again this implies S3 is true, and so on. This is true for all integers, right? So this is what we will use in this question. So now let us try to solve this problem using PMI, right? So base case is very simple. Here t of 1 will be 2 times t of 1 by 2 0 plus 1. So this is a constant time operation, and this is also a constant time operation, right? So now let us try to prove, let's say that our guess solution t of n equals to big O of n log n is true, right? So let's say for some m less than n, this is true, right? So this will be true for n by 2 also. That is, t of n by 2 will be big O of n by 2 log n by 2, right? So let us try to substitute. So we can write t of n, which is equals to 2t n by 2 plus n, as we can write this is less than equals to 2 times, in place of this I am substituting this, so 2 times c n by 2 log n by 2 plus n, right? We have to prove this is big of n log n, right? So this will be, let's say, cancel, this will become cn log n minus 1 plus n, so which is less than equals to, sorry, we have to write equals to here because we are solving this part, right? So cn log n minus c minus 1 times n. Now this has to be big O of n log n, that is, this part has to be less than equals to this part. That means your minus of something should be negative, that is, c minus 1 should be greater than 0, or c should be greater than 1, right? For any value of c greater than 1, this equation will hold, right? That is, cn log n minus c minus 1 times n will be less than equals to cn log n, right? This is how we define big O, because this thing will be positive and minus something will be negative, right? So we actually showed that indeed n log n is the solution for our given problem. So this is how forward substitution work. This type of solutions basically are used in research papers, and that is why I'm just telling you how forward substitution works, but then for competitive exams this is not relevant. Okay, so before ending this video, I would like to tell you a special kind of problem which is basically asked in lots of exams, which is t of n equals to t of root n plus something, let's say order of 1. So how to solve this problem, right? So to solve any kind of problem that has roots, we basically try to put n as something. So let's say n is equals to 2 power m. So we can write t of 2 power m is equals to t of 2 power m by 2 plus order of 1, right? And then let us say t of 2 power m is equals to s of m, right? This will imply s of m is equals to s of m by 2 plus order of 1, right? Because if t of 2 power m is s of m, then t of 2 power m by 2 will be s of m by 2, right? So you can solve this by Master's theorem, and what you will get is log m, right? So you get log m as your answer, and in place of m, what you can put? Basically in place of m, you can put it as log n, right? Taking log both sides, m equals to log n, so you get log of log n, and this is your answer. So we will end this video here, and I will see you in the next video.